Hello everyone. Today I'm going to work in my little Timu journal. Let's see, I've done 2 so far in this. And I like it because it's got the little leaf pattern. They didn't have green, so I chose blue at the time. I'm sure they still have these. And the stamps that I got from them, you just type in fairy stamps and it pulls up all kinds of fairy stamps. If I want to use the dragon, this fairy, this little bunny rabbit, and some of the foliage. It's just playing around. I mean, I try to audition what I'm going to do, but it doesn't always work out that way. I remade the pages for in this little book because they came with these brown, real thin paper that you would write on. I just went to Walmart, got a stack of mixed media paper, and used a paper trimmer and cut out my pages, made my own little template from one of the pages, and that's that. I'm going to use my watercolors from Amazon. That's the name of them. Nice little metal tin. I love these. The vibrancy is amazing. I have some StazOn ink. And let's see. Oh, yeah. I put some watercolor ground on there since I'm going to use my watercolors. And I've just got some cheapy watercolor brushes from Amazon, China. So, let's have some fun. Let me get all this. I always make a little template for myself. But these are great watercolors. Honestly, they are. They're very vibrant. I got them on Amazon. Okay. And I've got my water bottle. I'm going to wet it just a little bit because I'm going to do some different techniques on this. Get that out of the way. So I want some, I've got a thing of clean water and dirty water. So I'm gonna wet my blues and I'm gonna leave some worn out areas or blank areas, I should say. I'll just put some water in all my blues and I'll just take whatever I had from that and put that in there because I want to pick up quite a bit because I want it to run, but I don't want it to curl. When this curls, it just makes me not very happy. So I'll straighten it back up, pick up some more. I like when it runs together. I haven't made a video in quite some time. I've just been working a lot. You know, everything's getting so expensive, and that's life, I guess. I like how that looked. So I'll just see how that goes. And I'll add a little bit of this. Because I might use some inks for the bottoms. Alright. Let me pull you in a little bit closer so you can see it better. I'm just going to let that run because I don't want it pooling anywhere. And besides, this is supposed to be the sky, so. I'll just let my nail drag it. Alright, so I'm going to dry this and I'll be right back. Okay, that's good and dry. So, I want to add some inks. So what I'll do, let me clean that off and I'll put that in my clean water. Let's see. Let me dab that off and just wet this just a smidge. Pick up some clean water and I'll use some greens. I'm going to hold this card because it just wants to be a button. I'm just going to let it run, do its thing. I'm going to dry that real quick and then I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have this dry and I've got a base of green, I'm going to use these little pieces of paper to make some hills and valleys in my little scene here. I have this little old vegetable tray full of just stuff. I got a couple of these from Amazon, and then I ordered some from Temu. So let's see what those look like. I got 5 of them. I think they were $1 each. So let me bring it back out just a little bit. This is a regular makeup brush that you would buy. And then these are the ones that you get from Temu. And yeah, they come with a little cover and everything, but let's see if it's the same. It is. Not bad. That's awesome. I'll keep these for like blue with blue, green with green, things like that. So there's that. That looks good. I like that. So let me get those out of the way. And I'm telling you, I need browns, which is odd because let me get my just these. Not all of them are Distress Oxides. I think I have one Distress Oxide. That's it. But I have this old Distress inks. So I'll use those. And I keep them bundled with it. Anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'll create where I need my little hills with these brushes and a torn piece of cardstock. And I know I'm still on paper towel, so let me get off that here. And there, I'll just find a piece of junk mail. There we go. Let's see. I'm going to go down at the very bottom first. Just at the very bottom. And I'll hold it nice and tight. And I'll use brushed corduroy. And hopefully it's still good. And I'll just come in and create a shadow there. So that it shows, I've already got the background of the green. See? And then I'll just do that. And if I want to darken it some, I'll go with Vintage Photo. I am no huge expert, trust me. I just like to have fun. That's all. And if I give somebody an idea, that's even better. So I can come in Darken it up just a little bit. Give it more of an edge. And I'll do that throughout. And I'll come up here. Just do one up here. Just creating some small valleys. So everything doesn't look so flat. And let's see. I think I'm just going to take a little piece off of this bottom so I can see what I'm doing here. And you can flip this over. I think that's what I'll do. I'll flip it over. And because I'll go in with brown first. I'll create the darker part of my shadow, and then I'll go in with some greens. See? Alright, and let's see. I have this dark green pine that I got from Michael's. And I'll come back just a little bit, just a smidge down. Pick some of that up. Yeah, this is why I normally wear gloves when I do this, because I wind up with green nails. That looks good. I like that. And I need to turn this back over. So I'll go ahead and get this done to where I like it, and I'll be right back. Alright, I've got that done. I like the way it's looking. So now let's start stamping. I've got all my stamps set out. I normally try to make myself a reference, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just makes itself. Yeah, like I like the placement of the dragon that way. So that's where I'm starting. Alright, so I'm going to take, let's see. I want to try to do them in two different colors. So I'll do, let me move this over here. I'll grab blazing red. This, I don't know what that is, but no. It's just a swatch thing. So I'm going to put red first. And then I'm going to come in with my black. Just a little. And then I'm going to come in here and put him right where I want him. Leave that on for a second. Okay, that's cool. And I'll just wipe it up. See, these stamps are not going to last forever. I can tell you that right now. They're very thin, super thin. But they'll be fun while they last. You know, you get what you pay for with Temu. I can honestly say that. And these were only $1.29 each. All these little fairy stamp sets. I have two granddaughters. What are they? 5 and 6. So they can make their own coloring pages with fairies. And their own little art journals that they have. Alright, so we move that over. Here's the fairy that I'm using. I'm going to go right about here. And I'll just go ahead. I'm going to need a new StazOn or some refill ink, but I don't know what's more expensive, just buying the pad or buying the refill ink. But it's all good. These are just to play with anyway. I mean, they're good enough. All right, so I want you standing here, calling home your dragon. Okay. It's such a beautiful, screaming bright day outside. I'm going to leave that on there for a second because we do have watercolor on here. Well, that's fine. I guess I can do it again. Or I can just take a black marker and go back over it. But, like I said, you kind of get what you pay for. Maybe I'll just apply more pressure. That's better. It is what it is. I'll just give it a quick wipe. And just to pat the water off, because I know these things are just not going to last. But it's all good. Okay. Let's see. There was the fairy. I'm going to use this little bunny rabbit. And let's see. I'll use walnut stain. I normally like to use heavy inks because sometimes water-based ink does not work well. But we'll see. Use what you got. Have fun with what you have. See what I mean? Ugh. Oh well. I should have known not to use those to stamp with. But you live and you learn. I'll outline him with black. Let me hit him with some heat. So what I'm going to do is I'll bring you closer here so you can see. This is a solid little stamp. But I want, since this didn't come out very well, I'm going to take a pit brush and I'm just going to go around the outside real quick so that I can get definition of my little rabbit. Without having to stamp it whole, a solid stamp. All right, hopefully this works. We'll see. Oh, that's not bad. You can tell a little better now. And I'm just going to wipe it off. Distress inks. It's just stressful, which is fine. All right, let's keep trucking because this is getting long. And I know people don't have patience for long videos, which is fine. But as you can see, they're like standing on their own little backgrounds. So I'm going to take this pine green again. Let me take it back out just a little bit. And I have this little foxglove, looks like. Let me find it. This one. I'm going to just stamp it in the background. Oh boy. Well, there we go. And I'll just create some in the background. Take my little, wipe that off. Ugh. Anyway, I'll open this up and stamp on this. Okay, now let's see. I need some more of those, so I'm just gonna pick it up. Here, put one here. I can even go up the side. Just so that it creates a little bit of foliage in the background. And I'll just clean that off, set that aside. The little flower he's using are these right here. See? So I'm going to try and implement some of those. I'm wondering if I should use the black. Yeah, why not? You can always take, I don't know, colored pencils or whatever to them. All right. That way, I'll come off the page a little bit. And then I'll come up here with one. It's all just fun and games. I mean, all I want to do is try to give you an idea, maybe, or a technique, or whatever it is. I'll go off the page with this. It's just fun. That's all. I mean, I'm no massive expert. I don't have my own line. I don't want my own line. Trust me. I like just having fun. I don't want to have to take everything else with it. I already have a job. This is just my happy little downtime. And if I wanted to, let me see. This is still kind of wet. I can create what looks like some grasses just by pulling up on the brush. I can make it look like they're standing out in a field. Whoops. Don't want that though. And if you mess up like I just did, just take your brush while it's still wet, come in, just go around him. Like that. I'm just going to stick that in the water. All right, now needs more. I have this. Why not? I'll take this off, put it over here. And I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to come to the back side and I'm going to give it a little bend. Not that much, maybe that much, but I want the top to be bent more. Because I'll come off the side. Actually, let me straighten you out and I can put you right there. And come up a little bit. Yep, that'll be fine. Let me go green and then I'll go black. All right. I mean, you can just keep going. It's gotten pretty far. And you could actually go back in, once this dried, with this to create... Let me do that. Hold on. Okay. Just going to go back in. Oh, these are very flimsy. Huh. So you'll have to hold it like this. Oh, no, don't like that. Like that. Although that looks like yuck. I wonder if I can lift that better. There we go. That's better. I don't... Distress oxides, not so much for this technique. So let me pick up some vintage photo. Come over here where my little rabbit is. Give him back his little hill. I mean, there's so many things you can do. But you can fill all this in, color it in. I'm just having fun. Here to give you a little bit of inspiration. Have an amazing day. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will answer them for you. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.